Hello everyone, welcome to Rockshire Gaming. My name is Eric. Tonight we are going to be doing another update video on Marvel United Multiverse because I apparently have nothing better to do. No, it's because we are trying to get basically everything for this game covered, opinions made, all that kind of stuff on this particular Kickstarter. I will, because people were asking in the comments, I will be doing some gameplay soon. We're actually trying to get that logistically figured out with who to bring in for a gameplay video. We're going to try to do something somewhat related to the current Kickstarter, so be on the lookout for that soon. It will probably be later in the week when that video comes out, if we do one. Midweek is probably going to film it. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing with Marvel United Multiverse stuff. So as always, let us take a look at numbers first for this game and see where we are at. So we'll go ahead and cut to that now. So as of right now, where it stands, Marvel United Multiverse is at the $2,016,175 mark. We have 12,984 backers with 8 days to go, so we're right almost at 13,000 backers, and we're actually almost to a stretch goal. Hopefully, maybe we'll see if I talk long enough during this video. I know we went from 2015 to 2016 while I was just kind of getting everything prepped up and getting my tabs all set up and everything, and by tabs I mean two, because in the time from the last video we've only had 2 updates. The reason why I'm doing another video immediately after the last one was a massive catch up because I was out of town for a few days and a lot happened in that 5-day period. There was something like 16 or so updates that occurred during that time frame, and instead of kind of like splitting it up, I just did it with one video because I knew I'd be catching up with doing videos not every day, but my goal, as it says in the description and everything, is to do a video whenever a new expansion comes out. That's why I didn't initially do a video when the Fantastic Four expansion was reoffered, because I was in town that night, and I didn't do a video on the immediately on the stretch goal boxes being reoffered from season 1 and 2. I was actually in a Target out of town in Orlando when I saw that come up. So yeah, that's why we didn't do. That's why basically that was a massive video. We're going to start getting back on track with really only doing them during expansions. Now, with that said, we're going to do the stats real quick. I didn't write anything down there because I have my spreadsheet down here now. My handy dandy spreadsheet. So today is day 13 for this campaign. We only technically, and we'll see here in a few minutes, and if something changes during editing, I will check. But today so far, we've actually only unlocked 1 stretch goal. Comparatively to Marvel United 1, there was no stretch goal unlocked on day 13. There wasn't even an update in the original Marvel United for that campaign. Okoe, which was unlocked on day 12, which was February 22nd of, I think it was 2020. Hold on, I'm trying to think now. We're going to do some backwards math. I don't think it was 2020. Maybe it was. I'm trying to say, I got my stuff in March 2022 from X-Men. April of 21 when that was on Kickstarter. When it was on Kickstarter, I got my stuff in March of 21. So yeah, I guess, yeah, that was a 2020. So yeah, this whole campaign was honestly pre-pandemic. That's wild. The before time. With that explanation gone, Okoe was unlocked on day 12, which would have been February 22nd of 2020. There was an update after that the only other thing, and it was also on the 22nd of February. The only thing they talked about, though, that was whenever they were trying to debate on the size of the playmat, whether going to be 1 meter or 3 feet wide, or if they were going to shorten it down to 90 centimeters to better fit on tables. So that's the only other update, and that was also on the 22nd. And then there's no update on the 23rd of February. Again, Marvel United 1, there was no update. So at this point, they were holding strong at only having 23 stretch goal characters unlocked at that point. Marvel United X-Men, on the other hand, was knee deep in getting the X-Force box finished up. They unlocked, looks like on my thing, on day 13, they unlocked Shatterstar and Cable, and I believe they got everything else. I'd have to go back and look, but as far as characters go, they unlocked that box, and I'm pretty sure that day, if not the next day. I'll look here later. Screw it, I'll just edit around and look for it now. Okay, so apparently this is what happened on the X-Men campaign. This is why it's so weird, and apparently my spreadsheet that I basically just kept track of what was going on because there wasn't really any like major updates. So in update 38 on the X-Men campaign, they announced the X-Force expansion to the game and basically listed out, these are all the different stretch goals. I don't know what they were doing with that one, if they were trying to slow stuff down or speed things up. I have no idea. Or if they knew it was an expansion that, since it didn't have any major gameplay changes, that they weren't going to get anything, it wasn't going to excite anybody. So, or if they just wanted to move on to other stuff. But yeah, it was basically just a update. 38 was just a long list of stretch goals, finishing off at the time with the final stretch goal, which was the box and the expansion for 2,866,169, which I believe was either at or $1 more than the Marvel United original Kickstarter, and that's why they set that weird bar like that. So on the X-Men Kickstarter, they had on what was it, day 10, they unlocked Pixie, and then they announced the X-Force expansion. That's why I have it marked weird on my sheet. I don't have it as the regular stretch goals. I have XF1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then not the other stuff. Then day 39, they announced the Phoenix 5 box. On the 24th, they announced that the Painted Marvels for the Phoenix 5. Painted Marvels for the X-Force was on the 25th. So on the same day that, it says right here, we are over halfway done with unlocking X-Force expansion in a series of stretch goals. So at that point, they had already unlocked Strife. So that's what was done on up to day 12. Day 13, which would be the 26th here, that's when they introduced the plastic token upgrade. And then, on the 26th is when they did they announced that everything was unlocked for X-Force and the Broad Queen was done. So that's the next day. So we'll get back to that on the next update. So it's interesting to note that in the X-Men campaign, we got the plastic token upgrades at this point. So day 13, not only did we finish off X-Force, that whole expansion series, with Shatterstar and Cable was the last two, but then we also got as an add-on the plastic tokens, which as of yet is not being offered in Marvel United Multiverse yet. My theory on that, and I'll probably bring it up again in some video, but I'm going to call it right now. I think what's going to happen is in this campaign, when they do the plastic tokens, I don't see them not offering, especially when you have a core box and you have tokens that are going to be from the stretch goal boxes from the previous two campaigns, plus the Fantastic Four box being re-offered, that I'm pretty sure we're going to get two different token boxes. They're probably going to re-offer the original token box, and then they're going to add in a token box separate from that will have tokens from this game which are not in the previous campaigns. Like right now in the core box, we've got I think there's Doom bots or the Doom tokens in this campaign with the Multiverse box when you're fighting Emperor Doom. Those tokens were already part of the original plastic tokens box. I don't see them giving us more. Maybe they will. But I think to keep new backers and previous backers kind of separate with that, I think they're gonna, when they announce plastic tokens, I think they're gonna announce two different token sets, one for the classic and one for multiverse. So yeah, that is so. So that's what that is. So again, Marvel United Campaign 1, we had no stretch goals whatsoever on this day and just an adjustment to the playmat. Marvel United X-Men Season 2, we finished unlocking the X-Force expansion with 2 additional characters, as well as we got the plastic tokens. Now, going into Marvel United Multiverse Season 3, we are going to have other stuff. Now, while I've been sitting farting around looking at the X-Men page, we did go up another 1,000, so we are 3,000 away. Like I said, in the last 20 minutes, we've gotten that on there. So I don't. It's so as I'm filming this, it's 11:33. I'm not going to say how long I've been filming because there's a big, massive chunk I'm about to cut out. But yeah, I might try to see if we can get the. Might try to see if we can get this this last update thrown in while we're waiting here. But let's go ahead and look at what the first update was. Now, with that said, when I was editing, it wasn't even 1 o'clock yet, so I don't even know what time it happened. But while I was editing the last video, CMON decided to go ahead and drop the next expansion into the game. I knew they were going to do one on Monday. I'm pretty sure if I went back and looked at the spreadsheet, yeah, we didn't. Like I said, we didn't get on either day 13. We did not get any new expansion in the old campaign. We were 2 days away from Spider-Verse in the Reginald Marvel campaign, and Deadpool wasn't announced till day 14 in the X-Men campaign. So, and I have to look and see what day of the week the Deadpool one dropped. I don't think it was a Monday, but with that, the first thing they dropped for us today was "Who Can You Trust in a Secret Invasion?" So that was the headline for today's update, and we got Secret Invasion, the new expansion for Marvel United, with a gray banner on there. I didn't check to see what the other ones were. But yeah, this is going to be a new expansion. I said during Jake and I's prediction video that I was hoping for a Secret Invasion expansion to be in this game, in this campaign, but I was kind of hoping that it would have something to do with the trader mechanics. There are some interesting aspects of this expansion. We'll kind of look at it here in a minute, of basically how the Skrulls kind of infiltrate the board more so, but unfortunately there was no trader mechanic in this one like I was hoping for. Not sure if you can, and we won't know for a year, won't know the best way to maybe incorporate the I'm looking over here, my stuff's over here now. Throwing in, I think the Thor box had the trader mode with Loki in there. I'd have to go back and double check, but it'd be cool to combine those if possible. It might just be too much of a cluster to do so. But anyway, so we're gonna read the flavor text here. The shape-shifting Skrulls always had eyes on Earth. Back in, I think they were. The Skrulls go all the way back, I believe, to Fantastic Four number 2 or 3 back in the 60s. So they were one of the first, not the first, Mole Man technically is the first villain the Fantastic Four fought, but the Skrulls were right there. They got turned into cows. That came up later. But anyway, their previous conquest attempts failed, but now they hatched a more insidious plan, a secret invasion. The Skrulls, disguised as superheroes, implanted themselves into almost every team. Nick Fury Sr. and his trusty S.H.I.E.L.D. team have the work cut out for them to sort out friend from foe and foil the plans of the Skrull Queen. Who can you trust? I remember that was the big tagline all year before the event started, and if you saw the prediction video where we talked about it, I actually never finished reading this storyline. The comic book store I went to close down during the run of this book, so I don't have, I do not own the last issue of this storyline, and I don't own over at DC. I don't own the last issue of Final Crisis, and some of that I actually had to collect from Borders at the time, if anyone remembers that bookstore. But yeah, the I never finished this storyline, and I have Marvel Unlimited. I usually look at older stuff with that, but I guess I do need to go back, and I need to go back and read Civil War. I need to go back and read Secret Invasion. I got a lot of catching up to do, but all right. So this was a Secret Invasion. As you can see right here, we have classic David Hasselhoff style Nick Fury right there, front and center. Looks like we got Ronin, not the space one, but the Earthbound one right there. Looks like we've got Maria Hill here and Quake, along with a cast of Skrull. Let's go ahead and look at what we got here. This is an optional buy for $35. We've got Ronin there, Nick Fury Sr., Maria Hill, Quake, everything I just said. We've got Queen Varanki. I'm assuming that's how you say that. If not, yell at me in the comments. And then we have Skrull 1, Skrull 2, Skrull 3, and Skrull 4. Skrull 3 has always been my favorite. Anyway, for $35, this Kickstarter exclusive optional buy brings the insidious conflict between the Skrull invaders and the forces of S.H.I.E.L.D., aided by what heroes Nick Fury can still trust. So basically, this is not, again, you don't have to play with just the agents in this box. You can utilize any other character you want for this. So we have a couple things they talk about here with advanced training and whatnot, so we'll get into that. This is the list of everything we have. I do not believe, looking through here, there are any new tokens. We're just talking about token sets. There are no tokens in this game. There are 4 new locations amongst everything else, and both the Queen and the Skrulls by themselves have the standard 12 Master Plan cards with 6 threat cards each and their pieces. There's 4 new locations, and then the 16 advanced training cards. So looks like we're getting a lot of little mini American size cards. So make sure you stock up. I actually just got, I don't know where I put them, but I actually just got a package of them the other day. I think I'm using most of them. I got 2 packages in. One I'm using for because I finally got all the sleeves I need to sleeve X-Men finally. Prices on sleeves, I'm gonna segue here. Prices of sleeves for some reason was really weird for a while. My comic book store does not carry sleeves. They may have gotten some recently, but for the longest time they did not carry the specific. I usually get Game Genic sleeves, so that's what I did all of X-Men. Marvel United 1 with, and the X-Men Core when I got it. And I like to stick, technically with this game, you're not mixing decks, so I can put whatever sleeves I wanted on some of the decks, but I want to keep everything fairly consistent. So I just recently got all the sleeves I needed for Marvel United, and I got more sleeve packs so I can sleeve Everdell back there. I've got Masters of the Universe coming in pretty soon. And then in the fall, most likely summer, fall, we're going to have Marvel Zombies coming. And I need to get a ton of mini American sleeves for that. So, yeah. Yeah. Some people don't sleeve their cards. That's perfectly fine. If you're like that, I have a couple kids in the house, and though I don't play some of these games with them, we have some like kid-centric games, and my kids have played Marvel United 1 or 2 times with us. But I more so do it with games that I want to preserve to play with them. Also, when I'm playing with a bunch of people, but I want to keep a lot of games for to play with the kids when they're older. As long as they still want to play games with dear old dad, we usually try to do on Fridays either a game night or a movie night with them. So, yeah, that's something. I'm not going to probably do anything with them on the channel. But that's neither here nor there. We can talk about that at a later time. But back to this. So let's go ahead and explore different things. So we have Nick Fury Sr. right here. This is the OG Nick Fury that has been around since the 40s, I think. I think he was a World War II character. He's been around since World War II. That they had the same contrived super soldier serum thing with him that they did with Captain America. But yep, he is leader of Shield. He's got quite a few things in his arsenal. He can have another hero perform 2 actions out of turn. When he gets KO'd, he gets an extra card from his deck. So that is cool as long as that card is in the storyline. So he gets some pretty cool abilities for himself as well as other heroes. There is his piece right there. Then the next one we get is Maria Hill. She is going to have giving her. She also has the ability to do out of turn actions. I read through all this before, and now I've completely forgotten now that the camera's rolling. She's also able to look at the master plan deck and place the card at the bottom if she wants to. So that is pretty good to not have some of the villain's abilities hit you during the game. So and then let's see, she can also sacrifice her own cards to perform additional actions. So that's pretty cool there. Ronan, the Clinton Barton version of the character, he is going to get quite a few punchy things to do. He's going to be doing stuff with the sword instead of shooting with an arrow. He also can heal as long as he stays. I think he can heal as long as he stays put. Is that him? I got that ability. He's able to ignore any damage directed at him. Focusing on revenge, he's able to do that. And if he does eventually get beat up, he's able to recover quickly as long as he stays put to patch himself up. So that's the patching up card. That's there. And so as long as he's able to get to the enemy, he's able to hit pretty hard, which is what anybody does. Then we've got Quake. She can see the next Master Plan card as well with her shield training. She can deal attacks across the play area as long as she doesn't move. So, so we got some range characters in there. We got some healing characters in there. So it's all good with that. I do see one complaint online that the Quake figure and the Maria Hill character figure both look very similar. If you paint them, even on here, they kind of tried to make them a little similar or make them a little different. Quake does have the gauntlets on, and her outfit in the artwork is a little more purple. I don't know if it's showing up as well on how I'm looking on the screen. And then Maria Hill has kind of got more of a blue tint to her uniform, and she just has the white gloves. So depending on how you paint them, yes, they will look, of course, different. On the board, they are 2 female characters with short hair wearing near identical shield outfits. So that might get a little bit confusing during the game, but I have also myself confused Captain America and Iron Man on the board because I'm nowhere near starting to paint that game yet. So that'll probably be one of my projects actually for this year, is to start painting Marvel United 1 and then moving on to the X-Men 1. Main reason for painting Marvel United 1 first is because the X-Men have way too many yellow costumed characters, and I don't want to deal with the color yellow right away. So there's that. So then we have the villains. Queen Varanki. Here's the problem with comic books is that no one says out loud what the characters' names are. And if the character doesn't make an appearance in TV or a movie, you never hear what their name is. Now, I have no idea if this character's ever made it into a TV show. I know she's not been in a movie yet, but I don't know if she's ever made it into a TV show on Disney or anything like that, because I don't usually watch the cartoons myself. Not because I don't like them, just because I just haven't. But yeah, there's that. So hopefully I'm saying that. I'm going to call her the Queen from the rest of the game, or for the rest of the video here, because I'm not going to butcher it anymore. Anyway, so many of her. So she sows distrust amongst the heroes and civilians. Many of her master plan cards replace civilians with thugs, while others activate her sleeper thug agents to attack the heroes. So basically, flipping thugs into into civilians, and the civilians looks like into thugs. Her overflows can also prompt these thugs to attack heroes. To make matters worse, heroes can't even trust each other, as you never know who may be secretly a scroll. Many of her master plan cards force heroes to reveal the top card of their deck, attacking other heroes in the same location if it has any attacks on it. So if you have a character like Hulk who can, and others who have a lot of hit actions in their deck, you're gonna get a lot of friendly fire in this one. So 2 of her threats cannot be cleared, and then if you start your turn on the locations that she was on, you can only use 1 action symbol from the previous hero card. So you can still use your hero card, but you're only using one of the potentially 2 symbols from the other person. So that's kind of sketch. And then the remaining threats are scroll imposters masquerading as heroes. So you use 4 unused heroes must be used as these henchmen, drawing cards from their hero decks in order to defend themselves when attacked, or attack heroes in the location when she triggers their bam. So using 4 unused heroes. So I think the only reason why they're doing 4, 1, because 6 locations, but 6 locations, 6 threats. But they're just basically assuming that you're playing this because you have to with a core set, and so there's 4 characters in this box. You're going to have at least 6 heroes in any of the cores. So yeah, there's that right there. So the next one is the generic Skrulls themselves. They are lone soldier is not the greatest threat, but this encounter has heroes facing a whole squad of them, so they act in unison with all of them moving, attacking, and adding thugs and civilians when every master plan card is played. The overflow effect may take back the progress the heroes made on the mission or deal unpreventable damage, infiltrating society in unpredictable ways. The Skrulls are constantly turning all civilians around them into thugs and all thugs into civilians. So basically, if I remember the rest of the card correctly, they shift the thugs and the civilians back and forth, and you technically, it doesn't seem like on some of the cards you can, let's see, I'm gonna read it because I'm trying to remember. I think what the mechanic is that when they're switching back and forth, it makes it harder to actually clear the zone, or makes it impossible to clear the zone. So you basically need to clear other locations first to get the missions taken care of, so that way you're not having to deal with that. But let's say the threats give them the extra protection of infiltrated super Skrulls and advanced Skrull technology that can deal extra damage to heroes, making the heroes' task even harder. Some threats establish all thugs and civilians around them as Skrulls, making them impossible to rescue or defeat until those threats are cleared. So those are probably, the threats are probably heroic actions that you have to clear out the spot before you can even do damage to the take out the thugs or rescue the civilians, because you don't, I guess they're going with the whole thing of like, if you rescue a civilian, it could be a Skrull, and it's interesting. So it's going to make the game, or make fighting them 10 times harder. And then once the heroes have finally managed to complete 2 missions, they must take down each Skrull in a single powerful attack, as damage to them doesn't carry over from turn to turn. This will require careful coordination or particularly lethal superpowers. So you're going to have your heavy hitters on there with big abilities to take them out. It says in here they must take down each Skrull in a single powerful attack. So each Skrull in turn. So I don't think that each Skrull has to be taken down one at a time. Each Skrull probably has its own pool of health, I'm assuming. And yeah, because there's 4 different ones on there. So they show, let's go back to the top, because we have extra time right now. No, they do not, absolutely do not show the dashboard. They only show the back of it, and I can't read it with the way the screen is anyway. So So yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting depending on how they do that. Do I have to take out all four at the same time, or do we just have to like coordinate attack during a round to get them? Or I mean, it's kind of like Zombicide, where you have to do all the damage, however much health a zombie has, you have to do all the damage to it in one shot, or else it doesn't count. So I'm assuming that's what's going on here, but we'll find out, I guess, in a year. And then we have locations. So 4 new locations. The peak 7 is Sword's orbital headquarters, striking thugs or henchmen with unpreventable damage over a wide range. In San Francisco, heroes can get action tokens if they can prove their hand is ready to perform heroic actions. Yeah. End of turn, you may... I can't read. I'm not even going to try to read that. I've got because of how this angle is over here and everything, I've got it like shrunk down half my computer and the monitor I'm using for this side. My 2 side monitors are like 15 years old. I feel like I definitely need to upgrade. So please like and subscribe to this channel so that way I can eventually someday afford to upgrade my screens. Let's see, Mount Rushmore, heroes may gather during Mount Rushmore to gain wild tokens if they're all there. That's pretty cool. And then finally, Camp Hammond is a superhuman training facility that can give heroes advanced training. See next. So basically, they are going to be able to issue out these advanced training cards, which will give them a bunch of different single-use abilities. Each of these cards must be discarded after single use. I said that already. Giving heroes special effects like adding extra action symbols to the hero card they play, doubling action symbols on the previous hero card, granting a free civilian rescue if you defeat a thug, or even giving the hero a whole extra free turn. So those are additional cards with this set. They basically are not creating like an easy mode, but some of the stretch goal characters in other campaigns were very difficult. So this is also, they're basically talking about in here that they are beefing them up a little bit. Teams update. Note that some of the heroes in the set are part of other teams. So Ronan is going to be part of New Avengers. Of course he is. And ForceWorks is going to get Maria Hill and Quake. So, and there's the how to add optional buys to your stuff. Now, one thing again, I also saw online, somebody mentioned something about a Shield team. I don't believe there is a Shield team yet, but currently we've got Nick Fury Sr., Maria Hill, and Quake in this expansion. And then basically a freebie that they gave at the beginning of Marvel United proper was the Sam Jackson Nick Fury, who I don't know if he's supposed to be MCU Nick Fury. This is where the multiverse stuff starts going in my head canon, because we still have yet, other than Apocalypse, to get any multiverse characters in this. Again, I know usually we call the campaign Multiverse or X-Men or whatnot. I'm honestly starting to basically just call the core box the Multiverse box, and I don't know what this campaign actually should have been. Again, I'm thinking it's Marvel Cosmic, it's Marvel fill in the gaps. It's not really Multiverse the way they advertised it. With that said, we have 3 in this box: Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We've got Sam Jackson, Nick Fury, possibly Nick Fury Jr., Ultimate Nick Fury, whatever you want to call it. He's either MCU Nick Fury, Ultimate Nick Fury, or Nick Fury Jr. from the 616. Whatever you want to call him, he's there. So we have 4 S.H.I.E.L.D. characters. I'm hoping, because we haven't really seen it yet, I'm hoping they start doing stretch goals pretty soon on characters who adding characters that would be part of expansion boxes. This one makes a little bit more sense to have Phil Coulson or Dum Dum Dugan in as stretch goals to be added for the Secret Invasion. I'm also betting that once we get through the next stretch goal that we have on the table, tomorrow, hopefully, or tonight, we'll see, that we will, you know let's cheat real quick. Let's go over here. Let's refresh this page. It was at 2017. This hasn't moved. So I'm hoping that the next stretch goal, and it probably wouldn't be until maybe not the next stretch goal. I'm hoping a stretch goal soon is going to be like Dum Dum Dugan, or Phil Coulson would probably be the more likely candidate. But once we get more than 4 total Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that we have in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Team deck, I don't think we have one as of yet. Does this show them? We're scrolling. We're scrolling. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I can't see anything up here, but I don't think any of these were Shield agents, so or Agents of Shield decks. So hoping that we get a Shield deck here soon. That would be cool because Nick Fury Sr. is not on a team. I don't know. I can't remember if on the list of Nick Fury original is in there, but yeah. So that was update number whatever that was. The next update that we got with the addition of that box, we finally unlocked Siren. So Siren on the spreadsheet that you can't see is officially unlocked today on day 13. So we got her stuff there thanks to the Secret Invasion box. So she was at 1940k, and then we have Ursa Major at the 2020 mark. So I don't know why I paused. So if we reach 2,020,000, they'll unlock the anti-hero for Ursa Major. Still not a proper villain in this game here. The only villains we've been getting added, looking at the box, we haven't had an actual villain red figure revealed since the Age of Apocalypse box back on day 7. That was 6 days ago. We got the Secret Invasion box. We got some red figures, but we haven't had a red. We have not had a red villain figure proper since day 5. So we're 8 days away, or 8 days out from having a villain. With Ursa Major coming in though as a purple figure, as an anti-hero, we are officially, unless you count Lockheed, and I don't, because he's just like a game piece, but we are officially at more unlocked stretch goal anti-heroes than in the first than in the X-Men campaign. We're still 2 behind total for characters. There was a total between all content and X-Men 10 anti-heroes that were revealed. Currently we're at 8 with all the with Cosmic Ghost Rider and whoever the other one is, and an expansion box. Is it an expansion box? Is it the Gladiator? Yeah, I think it's Gladiator and War of Kings. So yeah, so total stretch goal anti-heroes that we have now is going to be 6 compared to the 5 that were in that were stretch goals in the last campaign. So Ursa Major, we have his hero cards. His hero Ursa Major is certainly a powerful one. However, his animalistic nature makes him wild and unpredictable. He is able to perform extra move and attack actions, though that forces him to play his next card randomly. Ursa Major is also part of the Soviet Winter Guard, so him and other heroes may gain extra attack tokens when he plays his Winter Guard cards. So I didn't post this on, was it Darkstar? Yeah, Darkstar. But yeah, they're basically having the same card mechanics as the Alpha Flight deck. Now, the other interesting thing in here is that they keep classifying on those 2 characters, on the Winter Guard characters, their villain role. So that will be coming out hopefully soon. It was Red Guardian, I think, is the last one that needs to be revealed. So he'll be, I don't know if he'll be next or if he'll be soon. Hopefully tomorrow. I keep looking over here and I'm over here. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get him, and hopefully at that point they'll reveal anything about that team. That's another. So basically, got the Winter Guard and Shield that are potential team decks that we're gonna get over the next couple days. But yeah, that's gonna be that as far as updates go. So as we take a look back here, yeah, it just jumped up, back up to 2018. Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on this. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna give my final thoughts on this. This is basically I'm gonna say what we're gonna do while I waste a little bit of time. The funny thing is, I filmed for over an hour the last update that covered 16 updates. This one, because I went a little bit deeper into the box that I did on the Civil War one, it's going to be almost as long. My timer right now says 47 minutes, but it probably is shorter at this point because there's a lot of stuff that I had to look up and do and everything that makes it shorter. Anyway, I completely lost my train of thought. My brain is a mush. Anyway, my thoughts on what we have coming up. So this is what I'm predicting. This is not a prediction video. This is what I think is going to happen in this campaign. The X-Men campaign, if you do not count stretch goal box, the X-Men campaign had 11 boxes total. We had the core box and the stretch goal box is 2. Then we had the Apocalypse box, which is a pledge level on its own. That's 3. And then the X-Force box is technically considered a stretch goal. With stretch goals, you didn't have to buy it. So that's 4. So 4 boxes in the X-Men campaign were not part of add-ons or anything like that during the core. I mean, Apocalypse was, but there was a whole pledge level dedicated to him before the all-in pledge. After that, we had there were 7 boxes total for X-Men that you got as an add-on, that were add-ons that trying to entice people into pledging during that game. That was First Class, Blue Team, Gold Team, Deadpool, Days of Future Past, Fantastic Four, and Phoenix 5. That's the other one. So that is 7 boxes. At this current point, we are at what, 4 boxes. So we've got War of Kings, which is one I keep forgetting about, Civil War, Age of Apocalypse, and the Secret Invasion, the one that was just announced. I don't know why I can't think of that. So we theoretically have 3 more boxes. So today, Monday, or tomorrow, or yesterday, Monday, whenever you're watching this, is a box that was box number 4 of the total. My theory is that we're going to get another box around Wednesday. Then we're going to get another box around Friday. Then after that, I'm imagining we're going to get another box plus the all-in next Monday. So be on the lookout for that. Also, at some point during this campaign, there are some there are some other add-ons that need to be brought up. I already said that we're probably going to get a token set for this campaign. There's a lot of new tokens, like the water tokens and some other ones that were not in previous content that we need to get. I believe that the token sets that we're going to get that we're also going to get the old token sets revealed. We're also going to get 2 more cardboard sets. I'm predicting. I am not in any way whatsoever affiliated with CMON. I'm just reporting on their game they're coming out. But we're probably going to get at least 2 more. Let's go with content that's just for this game. I'm not going to count for previous content. Token set for all the new stuff coming out in this campaign. Then we're going to get a a cardboard set that will be the locations from this game. Then we're also going to get a cardboard set that is going to be the villain dashboards and anything else associated with that. Those will probably be 3 main sets that are going to be coming out to fill in those gaps. So we're going to get probably an announcement, I would say tomorrow. I'm going to guess tomorrow since it's going to be an off day for the tokens. That's what I'm going to sell. I'm going to go for the tokens tomorrow, and then probably I would say Thursday, if not into the weekend, or sometime during the weekend, they will announce the cardboard sets. The Season 3 dashboards and the Season 3 locations to either... They're going to announce them Thursday. I actually, you know what? They may not announce them Thursday. I'm gonna say they're probably gonna announce them either Friday or Saturday or Sunday, because they're gonna try to get momentum during the weekend when it's usually slower. I'm gonna bank on them, whatever expansion they come out with, hopefully on Wednesday, for them to try to push numbers into whatever expansion they do on Friday. Because on Friday they're gonna CMON's gonna do their weekend review on that day. So that is my predictions for when we're gonna get content. I do believe we're gonna get the token set from season 1 and 2 that was there, and I would also say maybe we'll get the locations and the dashboards. Probably get the dashboards from season 1 and 2 offered because of the stretch goal boxes, and because a lot of those other boxes you can get at retail now. So maybe they'll offer those for people who want them, and then because of the retail aspect, they'll probably do reoffer the locations for all that previous content. Also, hopefully they're going to address soon, because we've already made one mention of it in other places, namely the team cards for the Spider-Man set. Or I'm sorry, the team cards that include the Spider-Man sets. But I think I'm hoping they say something about locations for the Spider-Geddon box and the dashboards for the Spider-Geddon box. They can basically just say, we're adding the dashboards and the locations for Spider-Geddon. And then we would have no idea what they were doing with that, because the location boxes won't come out until next March. Spider-Geddon is going to be coming out sometime, they say, in the summer, probably in the fall, closer to Gen Con in August. So yeah, a lot of things are going to have to be organized, coordinated here, but I do believe we are not done with previous content, because I believe they're probably going to get those all that cardboard out for people who want it. Yeah, those are my predictions. I cannot think of anything else besides Team Dex's stretch goals for what's going to be revealed. And this number has not moved. I'm literally babbling. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Well, I'm looking at the number right here. They're less than $2,000 away from unlocking a stretch goal. So with that said, the number moved again. So with that said, if we, during the editing process of this video tonight, they get to unlock that goal, how about we'll talk about it right now. But if they didn't talk about it, I will go ahead and close out the video as I'm going to do right now. So with all that said, I thank you guys for watching this video. I'm sorry it ran a little bit long for only 2 updates, but that's because I had a lot of things I wanted to talk about and do. So I would like to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Those who have, I believe, unless... Where's my phone at? I believe, unless something has changed... Nope. So we are currently at 33 subscribers. I'd like to thank all of you guys for subscribing. You're helping me grow the channel, and I appreciate you. But continue, if you can, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, ring bells, all that kind of thing. Right now, like I said, we're doing a lot of Marvel United coverage for this campaign. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be doing in the future. I'm going to get at least one gameplay out during the course of this week. We're going to be doing a gameplay of some content from Marvel United Season 1 or Season 2. Also going to, it's one of the things I'm going to be working on this week is doing some unboxings of the Fantastic Four box and both stretch goal boxes. More so people who are watching these videos who are kind of on the fence about getting those boxes, kind of going through the content so you know exactly what you're getting into. So yeah, with all of that said, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.